The National Basketball Association and the game of basketball is growing like never before. The game is reaching global borders and becoming the #1 sport in the world. When you have as many fans and viewers across the globe as the NBA does, you want to make sure that you're making constant improvements and adjustments to make the game better and put out the best possible product on the floor. As I, Nick Velasquez, run to be the new commissioner of the NBA, there are a few issues that I would like to address and improve to make our game the complete package. First, I would like to address coaches resting players when they're not on the injury report, repairing player and referee relations, and lastly, allowing graduated high school seniors to enter the NBA draft. These are not all the issues I know that need to be addressed with our league, but these are a few that I feel can make our game run a lot smoother and take our ratings to a new level. So, the NBA is definitely a star-driven league. Our biggest attraction to get people to come fill the arenas are the stars that are coming to play. If you have a superstar in your city or a superstar is coming into town to play the home team, it draws people to the arena. When the NBA knows that demand is at an all-time high, the ticket prices usually jump up because the demand is higher. Ticket prices for a seat close to the floor could cost thousands of dollars, or for your typical nosebleed could be upwards toward $50. Fans often have season tickets or buy their tickets in advance when they know some of their favorite players are coming into town. They don't know if a player is going to be injured by that time or if he will be done playing for other reasons. They're just taking a leap of faith and buy their tickets because they often will sell out as well. With that being said, when coaches and management choose to rest these players, all the money that the fans use to buy these tickets is wasted because the main reason that they're coming is to watch their players play. We understand the fact that these players are getting older, and with the 82-game schedule, people's bodies wear down. But to outright sit a player if they're not on the injury reserve list is not fair to the people that support the league and the sponsors who donate a lot of funds to our league. I think we can propose a possible minute restrictions to players that put a lot of mileage on their bodies from playing a lot of minutes. But if they're healthy, I think we need to stop resting these players so that to prepare for players and to tank and lose games to get a higher pick in the NBA draft. Fans flock and pay the money to see the players play, and we need to give them the show that they paid for. Secondly, this year in the association, we've had a considerable amount of technical fouls from previous years. There are 428 technical fouls total this year, and countless number of objections from players that you wouldn't even suspect. We believe that there's a divide between the players and the officials who officiate them. There are a lot of veterans around the league, and you see the same refs over and over, so you do develop relationships with them. But the divide has caused players stepping over boundaries, and the result in them either getting a technical foul or getting ejected. Some players have bigger reputations as others, and as they approach an official, the whole arena holds their breath because they know they're at risk of them getting ejected or a foul. To bridge this gap, I want to propose that we have meetings with our officials so that they know exactly what we're looking for, and so we can understand their side of the story more. Referees feel attacked when players confront them and they have a heated exchange middle of the game. We need to know that in the heat of the moment, they must keep their cool and not take things too personally that players say to them. On the other side of the spectrum, we also have to have our players interact with the referees more to build that relationship between them. They can be more comfortable to approach them in the middle of games, and the officials need to explain what they're looking for in their game and what the proper way to approach them is. With these interactions, I feel we can pass this gap between our officials and players and make the game run smoother. Too many players are getting ejected off a quick whistle and it interrupts the flow of the game, or is often a key player, and it changes the momentum. Lastly, there was once a time period where players could come straight out of high school and enter their name in the NBA draft. Some kids would be successful and some would struggle, and as a result, we changed the rule to where they must spend 1 year outside of high school before they could enter the draft. I want to change that back to the old ways where we had kids make the jump straight from high school. Especially with social media these days, people know who the upcoming players are. Most kids that come out these days are from backgrounds where the environment is bad or their family isn't financially stable. And allowing kids to make this jump, if they're skilled enough, will help them provide for themselves and for their family. As many of you have seen in the news, there are a lot of issues with college basketball, with schools or sponsorship paying kids to come to their school. Coming from most of their backgrounds, of course they're not going to turn down the money, as they feel nobody will find out, and it can help their family out with a lot of problems that they're going through. Some kids choose to make their money overseas and go play professional and enter the draft a year later. But that can be difficult for an 18-year-old kid going to a whole new country, especially if it's not an English-speaking country, and be successful if they're not mature enough. Even if we don't allow players to make this jump, I feel as if we could use our G League, developmental league, to allow players to make money and gain professional experience as they get ready for the next season as a pro. They can get more adjusted to the NBA lifestyle, and we can offer them classes on money management, and they can learn how to be a pro without being at the top level. They will still be in the United States, and they won't have to leave the country or go to college if they choose not to. If we can address these minor issues in the NBA, I feel as if we create a better game and a better product for our fans. With coaches resting these players, official and player relationships, and allowing players to make the jump from high school to the NBA, we have the opportunity to affect change and take our game to new heights. Remember, I'm Nick Velasquez, and I'm running for the position of the new NBA commissioner. Thank you.